What is the right way to warm up? So I've been on thousands of teams and the warm up is always completely different. Um, my last team that I was with, we did a lot of activation stuff. And for me, that helped and it didn't help. I felt very tired before going into practice. I know when I was younger, I would just go straight into practice without an actual proper warm up and I kind of felt better.
If you're training quite intensively and on a frequent daily or every other day basis, you are picking up tension that you don't end up allowing your body to recover from within the 24 hours. And that, as you get older, goes on for longer. Yeah. So you need to go into each new training session not feeling great and raring to go. That's fine in the head, but you need to be mindful of the fact that you need to allow your body to get to trust itself and to get your mind and body to work together in harmony again, because that doesn't come instantly. And what happens when you're under pressure, when you're actually performing at a high level, is you don't want to keep thinking. You go onto autopilot to do what you're doing, don't you? Because you're trained. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. So training and the training and stretch sessions is about the mindfulness of getting to rely on your body. And so doing activation stretches and functional movements is a good thing to do, but it's probably good to do it not just as a warm-up. It's probably good to make that your main program in between all training days.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost not enough just to do it just before you start. I'm not saying it's not good to do it before you start on that basis. Pure stretching when you're cold or going straight in often can create injury. And it's a fine line between doing the exercise or stretches too strongly because you're feeling okay and actually causing or predisposing injury for later on when you're actually playing. So I think sometimes what we do is training people how to stretch properly is actually look at them individually, look where the blocks are, and look at how they might do, say, a quad stretch or a hamstring stretch, and how they could modify it to suit themselves exactly. And also, even though they're stretching their leg in those two exercises, have a look higher up and see whether their spine, or their shoulder is actually causing tension spread, which is affecting the way that hip is moving. And often I find that in people who play lots of sport regularly or the same things regularly, that's often the place to start, is to, goodness me, you wouldn't believe it, but it's to stretch the chest or to stretch the abdominal wall or to stretch something far away to relieve the tension on the bit that keeps creating the problem. So it's getting a bespoke program you can do at home on your own is good. And actually doing this muscle activation isn't a bad thing, but you probably need to do a little more of that on a regular basis to make it really valid just before you play. Otherwise it's new.
And I think that's the hardest thing that I've kind of had the strength to do, is to tell a physio, tell a coach, I have my own warm-up. This is kind of what I would like to do. But being in a team sport, the coaches like everyone to do the same thing. And I think it is very, like you said, it can create more damage than good. So just to point out
I'm sure it's not easy managing a whole team of different people, different bodies, different expectations. You know, it is. I'm sure it's a hard job, and it is a hard job. It's not something I do, luckily. In a sense, I'm looking at individuals, but there is a kind of common ground between, I think, what a coach might inspire in the team and what the team might need individually. And there's a mix of the two that needs to be brought into play, because it can't be one size fits all. Even though you're all playing the same game at a similar standard, that isn't all about the rest of your lifestyle either.
Exactly.
You know, I think I mean, in terms of the day jobs, you know, most people are doing something else. They're not just doing their sport unless they are paid at professional level. And if they're sitting at a computer or doing other things, which many people do, there's a lot of kind of demand change between doing that and doing high level sport. And I get it, it's a challenge. It really is difficult. So, but as I say, bespoke stretching, assessment, finding out where the blocks are and barriers are in one's own particular body is the way I advocate preventing injury and getting better performance. It really, that goes together. Yeah.